Oh, Miguel, we are so back. It's Rebel Ants Radio coming to you live Sunday night, and we are just ready to take over the world. Happy Sunday, Miguel. How are you?
Good. Chilling,
That's it?
relaxing.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Great.
good.
Great. Way to bring it, Miguel.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what happened in the race. That's what I'm going to do.
Don't you dare spoil that race for me. I will
I
walk
am
over to
gonna-
your house and burn it down. Listen, we are live
I have
on
cameras
YouTube,
all over the house. So.
Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. Miguel, we missed the last couple of weeks because you have been avoiding me and you are a bad friend,
Right.
but that's okay. We are here now, and we're going to have some fun. So if you are tuning in, we got a couple people watching on Instagram. Why don't you drop us a comment, say what's up, let us know where you're joining from tonight, and then we can kick it. We might have a guest appearance tonight. Who can say? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead. Let's not get ahead.
Miguel, I had texted you the other day about coming up with like a crypto trading league, which I know is not like a new idea, but I just thought that maybe we could have some fun with it under the umbrella of Rebel Ants Radio. So I was trying to find ways to spend your money, which I'm getting very good at. And I was saying, what if we gave like four traders one soul each, and we had like a theme for the week to say, okay, this week our contestants, they can only buy meme coins, and who can make the most of this one soul. So, being that it's all on chain, you can track what's happening in each wallet, right? Make a new wallet, put the soul in, give them the seed phrase, and then we can watch what happens. And then, their networks will want to follow them, and then we'd have multiple networks of people following along. I just don't know what the way is for us to make money back. Maybe it's sponsorship. I don't know. But what were your thoughts about a crypto trading league hosted by Rebel Ants Radio?
No, I told you since the moment you texted me that I was all in on it. I think it's a great idea for us to do. But you know what? I was thinking the other day too, when we start doing these battles, which I think that we should start them soon. I know you asked me yesterday if I had the ChatGPT version, like the paid version, so that we can use sort of AI within our website. So I think that that'll be something really good for us to do. But again, I still like the idea of us doing everything within our website. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's why I was asking about the API, because the API, you need to have that paid version in order to basically embed the chat into your website. And I'm too poor from losing all my NFT value to pay for ChatGPT on a monthly basis. But luckily, you have made better decisions in life than I have. So I think maybe this week we can get to work on that and embed the chat bot. Really anyone could then go in and use it, but I think maybe we'll put it behind a password so that way only we can go in, or we can figure out how to use it, right? We don't need people just coming on our site to using ChatGPT, because then I think we'd get dinged for the usage. But we can then put a password. You or I can go in, especially during the show, roll the question, have the battle, and then start rewarding people.
Yeah, the other thing is the rewards part. We still haven't decided how we're going to do that, right? How we're going to incentivize. So today I was really thinking that maybe we should just use our Pepe as an incentive.
Interesting.
At least towards the beginning of creating battles, I think it's a good idea for us to just start using our Pepe as an incentive. I mean, I'll buy a shitload of our Pepe and just incentivize it to people. You know what I mean? I don't really care.
Yeah, I like it. I think any sort of medium we can use is good, even just to get started, right? We haven't done anything with it, so this, if that's an easy way to start, keep it on the Solana network, keep the transaction super cheap. I think that could be fun, and can't hurt to try it, right?
Yeah, I mean, with the whole meme coin thing, I think it's something that we should really look into. I mean, there's a lot of things happening with meme coin. Like, I don't know, have you been following Iggy's coin?
I've been reading some of her chat. We got somebody who's entered our our stream. Should we bring him up?
Let's bring him up.
All right, bring him up is more of like a spaces thing. I don't know. Do people say bring him up anymore? Let me see. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's replace the guest. Throw him in. Boom. We got Side Project up in here. Side Project. What's
Side
up, man?
Project is in the house.
Hey, how's it, guys? Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for me. I'm
Wow.
sitting in bed, so I'm not going to turn the camera on, but I'm not hiding. I just don't look very good right now. But yeah, man, I've got energy. Woke up for this, so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on. Miguel said that you met Casey Montero on Grindr. Is that true?
That is not true.
I'm just kidding.
No
I'm
comment.
just kidding.
No comment.
Side Project, you are the founder of Roaring Pepe, which has been a hot topic for us for the past few weeks. So give us a little story there. How did you come up with R Pepe, Roaring Pepe? What made you jump into that?
Yeah, cool, man. I've been First Night is one of our holders. He's one of our top holders, so big respect to you guys. I tune into this podcast every now and then. So yeah, really appreciate all the love you guys show us,
Thank you.
And yeah. So Roaring Pepe started on the 13th of May, which was the day that Roaring Kitty tweeted for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was playing on Pump Fun. I don't know if you guys, if everyone out there knows what that is, but
Yeah.
yeah, we were playing on Pump Fun, and Roaring Kitty tweeted, and then I saw a few tickers come in with like the red headband, a few cats, and I thought to myself, like, yeah, I want to make something to catch this meta, and I hadn't seen a Pepe. So yeah, we threw that together pretty quickly, and yeah, like on a whim, I'm a software developer in real life, and I run a software company. So um I've been making coins and just trying to like get my win, trying to
Yeah.
find something that hit, and yeah, this one hit. So it grew pretty quickly. We were on Pump Fun. We got to Radium, which means we hit the bonding curve in about an hour. And
Wow.
then it just like crashed pretty hard. There was like FUD in the group, and yeah, people were, yeah, it just wasn't going very well, and we crashed pretty hard. Then like through my Web3 network, I kind of reached out to some people, set up some KOLs, and through that, one of the KOLs was connected with Casey Montero, and yeah, he got in on the coin. He started buying it, and I started chatting to him, just as a
Yeah.
holder. Had absolutely no idea who this guy was. He was just like
Oh, wow.
another random holder. And after a couple days, he was like, "Can I take this coin over?" And I was like, "Yeah, like sure, but as long as I can still be on the team, myself and one of my real life staff, we started it together, so it was just like the two of us, and yeah, like definitely did not have the resources and was not expecting like what happened to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, when Casey asked if he could jump in with the Saints, I was like, okay, like I think I've heard of this Saints NFT thingy, like, so yeah, like I was just like, yeah, we need help, any help we can get. So he came in and he brought the Saints. They came into our Telegram. They jumped into our Twitter. They started raiding the timeline hard, and yeah, man, the rest is history.
I love it. I love it. How much of your life has been consumed now by Roaring Pepe over the past 2-3 months?
Well, considering it's 2 a.m. and I woke up for
Yeah,
this,
I guess it speaks for itself.
It's 24/7. It's like 28/8. It's like the
Yeah.
numbers don't even add up, man.
Oh man, that's so funny. So where are we at now with our Pepe? Because I know that we had the X, the Twitter account suspended, right? What's the process to get that back? How much is that influencing the volume?
Um, so it's been a week now since it got suspended, and yeah, 11,000 followers, like, just gone.
Crazy.
Um, yeah, it really, really hurts. But yeah, the process is, so the account is suspended, which means that, like, I can still access it. I can still see it's in read only mode. So
Okay.
I can't like anything, I can't post, I can't message anybody. So, the DMs are all still sitting there, all the connections that I've made. You see all those DMs, I just can't do anything with them.
Crazy.
And yeah, like, you can submit an appeal. That's about it. That's about all you can do. And yeah, you get a warning that says, if you create a second account, you could risk,
Yeah, you get
like,
banned. Yeah.
permanent, banning, like everything's gone. So we don't want to do that until we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, could be serious. But unfortunately, there are a lot of roaring peppers out there. A lot
There
of
are.
copies, a lot of clones, a lot of rugs. Um, so it's possible somebody maliciously reported us as a imposter.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So that doesn't look good. They'd have to do investigations on their side. There's an appeal form you can submit, and I've done that like a couple times now. I don't want to spam them, so it's just kind of like, the second time I sent, I was like, apologies for the spam, but, like,
Yeah.
this is the story. Like, gave a bit more motivation. um and yeah, like, there's not much you can do besides that. There are channels, there are people that we've spoken to who believe they can help us get it unblocked, but yeah, like, no luck yet,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Actually, now that I think about it, I do have a contact at X. We have a contact at X that we were talking to a while ago. We were doing some advertisement for Rebel Ants brand. Maybe I could reach out and see what he says. So I'll do that. I'll see if I can send him an email tonight.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Awesome, yeah.
And
Anything you can do.
side project, is there anything from the community, anything we could be doing to help, whether it's reposting things, engaging with things? Is there anything the community can do?
Yeah, I think just follow my X account, O Side Project, and that's where I'm posting for now. That's where I'm just trying to get all of the announcements out. If you can just help like and retweet those. I don't know if, like, spamming posts and tagging Elon Musk and tagging support and all of that helps, but I don't think it does any harm. Like,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll start a drive this week, where we just get the whole community to kind of, like, target a certain person and just,
Yeah.
yeah, get their
Yeah.
attention.
I gotta say the price hasn't really like dipped much. I think it's been staying pretty constant. I mean, which is a good sign for the coin. I mean, we haven't like dipped or during like a couple of days ago when the market really crashed, like it didn't really affect us much. I mean, I was still buying, but I wasn't part of like keeping it afloat the whole time. But I know the price has been like pretty constant, like it hasn't really dipped. So that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that, like, um, we have such a strong community that isn't like hanging on X. It's not like
Yeah.
X is not our community. Like,
Yeah.
at 11,000 followers, so it does look good. It helps with onboarding. We've got a lot of reach if we want to make announcements. But the community is, like, not X. It's people. It's real people. It's the connections that we've made. It's, it's like being able to be on podcasts like this. It's having our spaces. It's the odd chat or announcements in Telegram. We've got the Saints Discord.
Yeah.
So yeah, like our community is the people and the holders, and they believe in us. They see us still active on our private accounts, and yeah, man, like somehow we've held that floor. Like, we've gone a little bit up and a little bit down, but um, we we hit our bottom like about a month ago, and we've
Yeah.
been slowly grinding, building tools, delivering value in whatever way we can. And we worked really hard to push ourselves up to about 150K market cap. And yeah, we've been hovering between about 120 and 150 now, since this, just kind of going sideways, which I think is great. Like I think any other community that lost their X account would probably not still be
Yeah. You're right. They would probably
at
just
their
rug,
floor.
right? They'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is. We tried, guys. Sorry, not on us.
Yeah, I mean, when you
yeah,
lose your account, people kind of lose like they think the credibility is not there, but for some reason we're still pretty strong with it. But even though I know Casey continues to like tweet and we keep retweeting from his account too, like everybody's just really pushing. Like I know I'm always posting stuff. Like, I mean, I don't have the following like they do, but at least anything helps. Like any eyes that can be on the coin itself helps. That to keep the information out there that the coin's still alive, it's not dead.
yeah, absolutely, man. It's like, so we partnered with Martech Networks recently,
Hmm.
and yeah, he's his marketing skills are like really good. He knows
He's
what
a
he's
great
talking
host.
about.
He's a great Spaces host too.
Amazing.
Really good,
And
yeah.
more than just a host, he's a great businessman. Like the way his mind works, and that's why he's a great host, because he understands like business. He understands Web3, and he knows what he's doing. So he's always about like, like his kind of favorite example is like Coca-Cola and the way they advertise. Do you think Coca-Cola needs to advertise to make sales? No.
No.
Like, not for the next 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
people are still going to drink Coca-Cola, but
Yeah.
they put so much money into their marketing, because they want to stay relevant. They want to be like the name that everybody thinks about every single day. Like, that's the thing. And you can't do that unless you are like, unless there are Coke signs like every like 5 minutes if you're driving down the road. Like, you can't go far without seeing a Coca-Cola sign.
True.
um so yeah, like every single bit helps, man. Every single like post, every tweet, every like, it just helps get that visibility. Doesn't matter how many followers you have, you've got reach. Like, everyone's got reach. They've got their mom, they've got their sister, their dog, like, and yeah, it just kind of extends like to your friends, and um yeah, like then to people you don't know. And all of these people have that same little reach, and that's how your networks kind of grow. It's like, start with one person, and then that person tells 10 people, those 10 people
Yeah.
tell 10 more people, and it just kind of like exponentially grows as you go like that. So yeah.
Yeah. I love the progression, the evolution of the website. Like you said, kind of just building things and giving more value. It's kind of really grown in terms of what's on the website. It feels like it's more alive than just here's the CA and go buy some things. So what's been the mindset behind the website and kind of figuring out what to do next?
Yeah, the original website wasn't very exciting. Like, honestly, like, I think from the time we decided to launch till launch was like about 3 hours. That's from like conceiving the idea, putting the telegram, putting the
Yeah.
website, taking a shower, driving to work, and then like launching the token. I'm a I'm a software developer, and I've done web design in my life. So the idea was not that this was going to be the permanent site. It was just something
Yeah.
to get going, and we kind of like built a bit more content. And Casey had that video which is scrolling past made. So we added the video, and then it got a bit better. But like you can see there's a PFP builder,
Yes.
which it was really awesome seeing you guys demo that on the space on
Yeah.
your podcast like a
Oh,
few
this is a
weeks
cool one
ago.
too. I think I still have
Yeah,
my my PFP set as the one that we downloaded on the show. But this one's
you
cool
do.
now. Maybe I should
Yeah, that
download
one's
this
cool.
one. All right, I'm gonna download that one.
That one is pretty cool.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
banner too. I didn't even realize there was a banner. I got to get up on the banner too.
the banner is new. The banner
Yeah,
is
I
new.
haven't seen that.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
yeah, like the PFP builder was actually standalone for a while, different color scheme and all of that. And when you guys showed it on your show, like I literally just launched this new one like an hour before,
No
and I
way.
was not expecting to see to see it like actually like on the recording, So
Yeah,
when you
that's
pulled
funny.
it up, I was like, oh no, I haven't I don't know.
It worked
So
beautifully.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
yeah, so this is actually technology that I started building a few years ago, and it was kind of out there on some of my like projects that I'd been trying to get off the ground, and yeah, like no one was using it. So um, when I had the opportunity to like bring it into Roaring Pepper and reuse that same technology that I built, it was really cool to like see people using it and have people using it. And the the art I had made. So I work with like I have a large network of polygon artists, and I basically work with them like on the daily, to create content and um, create like memes, create various things, and I got one of the guys to create the art for the PFP builder, and it's been a bit of a collaborative process. I think there's about 6 artists now who have contributed traits to this,
Wow.
and yeah, I'd love to get a first night trait in
Yeah.
here, actually.
He's quite the artist. I think you're missing out
Yeah,
if you don't have him in there yet.
definitely. I've seen a lot of his work, and I really really like it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, would love to get a piece in here. And yeah, the banner is kind of something that I added about a week or so ago. When we got Martek on board, he suggested that I use this technology for the Saints as well. So it was
Yeah.
just like, how can you do this for the Saints with their PFP? So I thought about it for a bit and figured, yeah, like just get the profile picture in there and add some hands and various layers on top of it. So the Saints one is one that I made more recently. I think that's about a week old now. And I added the banner functionality to the Saints one. And then I thought, oh, wait, like, I can obviously just use that banner functionality for Roaring Pepe. So
Yeah.
it's a nice little cross pollination here. And what's cool is like I'm currently like on the other side of the country. I'm from South Africa, and I'm just visiting family this weekend. And my niece was my niece was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "You got to see this." So I opened the PFP builder, and I'm like, "She's I think she's 5, right?" So I open it, and I get her to just click the randomize button, just see, and then it gets to like panties on
Oh
the
no.
head, panties. Now all she wants, she's trying to find the ones with the panties on the head.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna hit you up. We're gonna ask you to how we can get this for Rebel Ants because this is dope. And with the traits that Miguel drew for the new Rebel Ants, I think this would be a good asset for us. So we're gonna hit you up on the side, figure out how to do this.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
this,
definitely.
I know it's early in the morning or late in the evening where you are, so let us know whenever you got to drop. But I'm curious if you don't mind sharing, from an aspect of running a meme coin, essentially, what are you finding that's working or not working, or what are you learning from other projects to kind of keep moving forward?
Sure. Yeah, it's a complicated space, a lot of it is sadly market manipulation, and
Yeah,
it's not about what you know, it's all about who you know. Like this whole space is about your network. And like I say, I've I'm I've been working on projects like my own little pet projects, and I call them that because they were unsuccessful.
yeah,
Like lots of them, because
I
that's
feel
what I
you.
do.
I
I
feel you.
like to I like to just build stuff, man. And yeah, like that's kind of the thing. It's just like carry on building, and just offering value to the community. Like hype is your probably, I mean, if you can't really decide if something is going to be hype or not. Like
Yeah,
it just is or it isn't. And I think like it helped me get the first initial set of eyes that I needed on Roaring Pepe, and it helped us like get two people like Casey Montero. Like
yeah,
he, if didn't have that initial hype, like there's no ways like he would have bought into the token. So I think the like one of the best things I did was um, allow another like Casey, someone like Casey, to get involved and to be on the team and not be like, this is like my project. I call the shots. Like, no, you can't have
yeah,
it. Like,
yeah.
um,
Very humble of you. Very trusting too. I know it's tough in this space.
yeah, trust is a big issue. But yeah, like I think growing your network is probably like the key. It's the key
Yeah,
to growth. Like there's a lot of tricks you can do um, to create these little pumps.
Hmm.
Like doing KOLs with an influencer. Like paying for ads, paying for trending, paying for things like that. But if you pay for these things and you don't have volume, you literally like you're not going to get anywhere. No one is going to like if you're scrolling through Deck Screener or something like that, and you see an ad and you click on that ad and there's no volume, like unless you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to buy that token.
right.
So you've got to have the volume before you do the marketing drives and
Hmm.
before you pump things, and timing is everything for this. So you have to do multiple things all at the same time to create that pump, but every pump comes with a dump. And like we've kind of every pump we've had, we've almost hit 1 million market cap twice now.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that was exciting.
and both times we've come back down to earth, like come quite quickly down, like within a day or two we're back at like 250k market cap, and then it's a gradual decline until you do something else and reverse that. So the pump and dump story, the mass rating, that's slowed down. It's actually turned out to be um unnecessary for what we are trying to do. Like I
Interesting.
think
Yeah, I agree.
we're here
Uh-huh.
for the long run. We're here to build products, and what I'm here to build things. I'm here to make Web3 better, support people. Like the fact that I can pay artists in Indonesia, like without a bank. I don't have to
Yeah,
get clearance. It's instant.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I think that's amazing, and like I want to be part of that future. I want to be like one of the people that help to like, if I can, pioneer something, pioneer some technology.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think like it's hard because it's slow and it takes time, and like, yeah, I mean, obviously I want I wanted Roaring Pepe to be at 1 million market cap plus now,
Yeah.
tomorrow. But I've realized that's a pipe dream. You know, it's going to be a grind. Like, we're talking more end of the year type of vibe. And yeah, like, our community knows that, they believe in us, and we just constantly delivering and adding value. And I think that's the important part, is just kind of like keep adding value, keep delivering, keep growing on your ecosystem, and yeah, the community will eventually believe in you, and then yeah, the floor holds up, and yeah, the proof's in the pudding, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm very happy that, yeah, obviously you stay with the project and you're in it for the long run. I mean, obviously I'm in it for the long run now. But I'm curious to know, like, how long have you been into like the crypto and like all this world? Because I know Kevin and I, we've been into this since 2010. Like, I got into Bitcoin in 2010 when it was like practically nothing. Like, if I show you what my average buy is of Bitcoin, you would think that I'm crazy, but it's very low.
Yeah, I like being in the software industry. I heard about Bitcoin. Yeah, I think it was also about 2010, 2011.
Nice.
Um, and so, but I was quite young. And someone told me about mining, and we were like, okay, I wonder if we can mine this stuff. So downloaded some platforms, started
Oh
mining, mined for like
God.
2 weeks, got like 0.000001 Bitcoin. It
Totally
was
worth it.
like fraction of a cent. I was like, nah, bro.
Oh my God.
This
Oh
isn't
my
for
God.
me, man.
Do you remember? Remember you had to, you have to download like the whole blockchain essentially, right? I remember
Yeah.
the first time I tried to
Yeah,
do
you
that, I had
did.
a little laptop from college, and again, think about laptops back in whatever year that was, right? 2010. It took me days to download the blockchain, and then like nothing was happening, and I'm like, forget this. But now I wonder, where is that laptop, because it might have something on it.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like thinking that, because yeah, you got to leave it on like the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and mine was actually like, it was a work laptop, so it
Oh, nice.
wasn't even like a personal laptop. Yeah, and then yeah, after that, I kind of like, I mean, yeah, I was still in my sphere the whole time. A couple years later, a boss of mine, he was like, "Who wants a Bitcoin?" Just randomly like that, and like nobody, not one single person, put their hand up. Like, Bitcoin was about like $30 at the time, and people were starting to get paid in Bitcoin at that time, which I thought was crazy. And yeah, like, missed the opportunity to get like a whole Bitcoin at $30.
Yep.
And then finally in like 2017, um, I decided to buy some Ethereum, and yeah, been buying Ethereum ever since. Got into NFTs in about 2020. Um, yeah, rode the bull market, hit the bear, decided maybe NFTs isn't my game. Just been trading altcoins for a while, and
Yeah.
then yeah, like towards the end of last year, I was like, all right, let's let's get into some meme coins. Let's see, because there were actually meme coins have been around a long time. Meme coins like have actually like one of the first cryptos.
Yeah.
Dogecoin's been around for
Yeah.
A very
forever.
long time.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah. So yeah, meme coins is not a new thing at all. It's just um like, even when I was trading NFTs, like, some of the communities were making these tokens for themselves, which are essentially meme coins.
Right.
Um, and yeah, when the hype started coming in towards the end of last year, I was like, okay, I got to get on this train again. Let's ride the bull. Because yeah, I believe like end of 2025 is the predicted peak of the bull of Bitcoin. Um, so
Mhm.
yeah, I didn't want to miss this train. yeah, got in early and started as a builder early, because that's something I didn't do with NFTs. Like, I got in, I started trading,
Right.
um, and then got like involved in communities and try to like build my own project around like that time. And yeah, this time I decided, all right, I'm coming in with builder mindset. I'm trading to learn what's happening, not to like actually flip $10 into like $1,000, which I don't think is really that good for the space as a
Yeah.
whole.
There's no
Does
longevity
attract
there.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it attracts people, but like people coming in just to take money out, I don't think that's not what I'm here for. That's not what Web3 is about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been holding strong since 2010 for a long time, so I've gotten a couple of heart attacks here and there. But then you learn to like just take a deep breath and kind of like just forget about it. my
It comes and
my
goes.
first bitcoins, I had to send out a check to be able to get it, like an actual check. That's how far back
Wow,
I bought bitcoins.
crazy, man.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, meme coins have been around for a while. Yeah, Doge has. I think, when Doge, the first time I got Doge, I think it was shortly after it came out, but, you only had access to it, as far as I knew, on other exchanges. You think about meme coins now with Solana, how easy it is, one, to spin them up, right? It's so easy to spin it up, like you said, and it's easy to trade them. And I think, that's probably what has spiked the volume of this quick flipping of meme coins, because it's almost, it's pennies just to trade it, unlike ETH or of course Bitcoin. So I think that advancement in technology has made it easier to get to the point where we are, where somebody can sit on Pump.fun, see what coin is new, get in and out within minutes, and make 15, 20, 50% off of that, whereas you probably didn't have that opportunity 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, I think it's a double-edged sword, It's
Right.
great. It's great for the ecosystem that the transaction fees are falling and that people can create these tokens so quickly. But yeah, I mean, we all know all the scams and the rugs and like just the absolute lack of
Yeah,
lack of
Yeah.
yeah.
part of the reason why we started this, Kevin and I, is because we got tired of getting rugged. Like we were get first of all, Kevin is like notorious for getting rugged.
Do whatever I'm not doing. That's the goal.
Yeah. So like we just got tired of getting rugged, and I'm like, dude, what if we start a podcast that we can dox people and give people credibility of like show them the artist, because obviously this started because of NFTs in the first place. So we were like, maybe if we show the artist and interview them, maybe we can whoever's buying the NFT can resonate with that artist and see what's behind the art, like how did they start, like their beginnings, all that kind of stuff. And for a while there, it worked. Like we had some great artists in our show when we first started. We got really lucky that we were able to get all these people into our show. But
Yeah.
like um, it was because of rugs. Like we were just tired of it. Like I kept getting rug left and right, and I'm like, what is going on? Like when am I gonna get into a project that's legit? Like what's
Yeah,
happening?
man. Yeah, it's crazy just like how many actual rugs there are out there. If you and this is again, like I said earlier, it's all about who you know. And most of these tokens are manipulated. Like, and that's totally fair. Like if I had a giant network,
Yeah.
like I would definitely tell my close friends first and be like, then expand that circle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like my network is not that rich. We only have like a few rich people like first nights in there. um just joking, bro. But yeah, like that's the thing. It's like you've got to manipulate the market, and you have to, not in a malicious way even. You don't have to do it in a malicious way. Like if you want to be a successful project, you have to support your chart. And that means if people are selling, you need to paint over that red.
Yeah.
Even if you can't match the cells, you just have to have those small walls of green just going up and just doing that with small buys, regularly, that's what helps, and that's what we've been doing the whole time, you know. But now imagine you did that on a bigger scale. Like if you had enough funds yourself or within your network to be able to not
Yep.
only just kind of like keep the chart up, but also like hit the red with more, like a bigger green candle, and just constantly
Yeah.
do that. And I'm convinced that like that's how most of these successful projects are doing it. You know, there's evidence. You can look on the blockchain. The blockchain's amazing. It's public. You can see everything. It doesn't
Yeah.
lie. So, you know, there's evidence to support what I'm saying here. I don't have proof, obviously. Like, no one's going to outright tell you. And if they did tell me, I would be like, all right, I'm not telling anybody. I'm in on that, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. So like, same thing I tell Kevin. Like we spent so much money within this project because we started doing this a few years ago. Like we have about 4 different projects of NFTs going out right now, except for like the newest one, which is the Rebel Ants Battle for the Colony one, which is like those ninja ants that you see sometimes that I'm
Mm.
always posting. But like between the beginning of how everything happened till now, like we've spent like so much money that we haven't gotten back at all. And you know, we just continue to do it because we love it. This is what we love to do. You know, like Kevin and I, we've talked about crypto for years now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and this is what we really like doing, and this is why I'm in this, and this is why I do the things that I do, and I spend the money that I spend, but because I love this thing. And I know at some point it's going to pay back, but you know, honestly, like we really don't care about that. We care about like meeting people like you, for example, or like Casey, and talking to these people that are part of the Web3 and moving it forward. Like that's what I care about. Like we were just at NFT NYC. We were sponsors for NFT NYC, and we met some amazing people there that
Yeah.
are like very
Great.
humble, very like into Web3, very like all into pushing the space forward. You know, and you don't see those people often. You know, and that's why we do what we do with this podcast, because hopefully we could get the word out there that there are people out there that are not rugging, that are doing the right thing and moving the space forward. You know, so hopefully one day
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, you know, and like that's yeah, that's why I'm here too, you know, and it's great to connect with other people like that. Because yeah, like the narrative out there for non-Web3 people is it's either the place is a scam or
Yeah,
it's a casino. Like
Right.
those are the two narratives out there. You can come in here with $10 and walk out with like $1,000, like, or you're gonna get scammed. So I think it's important to keep showing up and to keep like doing what we're doing, you know,
yeah,
because yeah, man, like if we want mass adoption to come about, then we have to find a way to safely trade, to safely be in this ecosystem, because it's not only like you've lost your money, like you feel violated. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad. Even the
We
smallest
do.
loss feels bad
We do.
sometimes. It's like,
yeah,
$20. Why? Why did I lose
You know,
$20? You know,
you know
even
what's
if I
funny that
made money.
for us, even selling like one of our NFTs, and they're very cheap. Like it's a huge win. Even there's weeks where I spend like an X amount of money and like you wouldn't even believe it. And then like we get this one person who buys one of our NFTs for like $18, and all of a sudden I text Kevin. I'm like, dude, we just sold one. That's great,
Yeah.
and I'm like super excited about it for like a whole week or two.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
It's a small
Yeah,
W.
it's not about, yeah, exactly, like I keep like telling people it's honestly not about the money. Like the
Hmm.
money is just a measure. It's like if you're playing a game and you're earning money in that game, right? Like you get excited as it grows. Like that's the whole point of you playing that game. Sadly you can't cash that out, you know, but like it's a point system. Like that's what I'm after points, man. Like I'm after numbers. I like big numbers. I like Twitter accounts with big numbers. I like, you know, like
Like
big
Casey.
numbers on the market cap, like KC, yeah, like big numbers in the Telegram. I'm always chasing numbers. I want more numbers. I want growth. I want to see progress. I want to see a nice graph. Doesn't matter what that graph is representing, you know, but that's what I'm here for. Is just to kind of like build and grow the numbers, man. Doesn't matter what the numbers stand for.
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
Listen, speaking of numbers, we got a bunch of people watching us on YouTube and X. So why don't you smash that like button? Give us a little subscribe. We're trying to grow our numbers too. We care about the numbers. We're trying to feed our children here. We need your monies. Hit it.
Kevin has a lot of kids.
Well, I have too many kids. No. Side project. What else are you excited about in the Web3 space, even outside of meme coins? Is it new technology, new trends, new NFTs? What keeps you excited?
I mean, what keeps me excited is like the possibility of mass adoption. I
Yeah.
want to buy bread. I want to buy I want to go to the shop and spend my Ethereum. Like, I don't spend Ethereum. Like, I've just been like stacking Ethereum. Like, yeah, sometimes, I mean, I did with the NFTs, and sometimes you have to, you know. But at this point, it's like I'm too scared to spend my Ethereum. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
shouldn't be like
that's
that.
true.
Like, it really shouldn't. Like, I should be earning Ethereum and spending Ethereum, and like, that's kind of what I want, man. I want to get to a point where I'm earning crypto, in the space or outside of the space,
Yeah,
sending crypto to my mom, doing things like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's what really excites me about crypto, about Web3, and about the future. It's just like this whole like decentralized world. I hate the fact that the banks control your money and they can freeze your assets. Like, I really like think that's not a world that, if I had children, would want to raise them in. Like, that's just, it's a manipulated world. But more recently, like, through Martech and that, I've been exposed to like a lot of new things, that little corners, little hidden pockets of of Web3 that you don't know are there, because there's so much, man. Like, you can't
yeah,
possibly go and like see it all.
Yeah.
You get focused into your little bubbles, and yeah, you miss out on what's going on out there. So one of the things that I'm quite excited about now, and I may be talking about it before I've done my own research, but is the Dogenals chain, man. Like,
oh yeah,
um, yeah, like, this is meme coins on Doge.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's awesome. Like, I think that's cool, and it's like a small emerging space. Like, right now, as far as I understand, it's still pretty new. These inscriptions, like, ordinals and runes are still fairly new as well. So like, Dogenals are basically like Bitcoin's version of the ordinals. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to explore more, but like, just the fact that there's so much that I still don't know out there. There's so much still to learn.
Yeah.
um, there's so much cool technology out there, and yeah, I just love finding new stuff and exploring new stuff.
And you're in South Africa, is that what you said?
Yeah.
And what's the crypto culture down there? I mean, for me, I can walk into like any corner store here, and often there's a kiosk that says, buy Bitcoin here or trade Bitcoin there. Are you seeing a growing acceptance in your area too?
um yeah, it's still fairly small around here. Like, there's no kiosks where you can spend Bitcoin. There is one Bitcoin ATM I've heard of. I haven't seen it. Like, but it's there.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go check it out sometime. Just like throw some flowers at the shrine. Like, bow down to the
Yeah.
Bitcoin
Take
Almighty
a picture.
ATM.
yeah, that's true.
But the culture is pretty cool. I've met a lot of other South Africans, in spaces and just generally online. There's quite a few successful South Africans out there as well doing it. Um, but yeah, I think like last year sometime, I was invited to like a Cardano meetup, which was pretty cool. Like,
Wow.
that type of thing doesn't happen,
Yeah.
like here. And yeah, to go to this Cardano meetup, and there was like an artist drawing on a screen. He was creating an NFT which was going to be minted as soon as the event was over. There was like TVs everywhere and just like NFTs flipping through. And at that stage, I was kind of like not really trading NFTs. So I was like, wow, like this is amazing, bro. Honestly, at that point, I thought like no one was trading NFTs anymore. And then just to kind of like see this, the culture is still going, and it's like right here, my back door, And yeah, I made the mistake of picking up a little bit of Cardano at that event. Sadly, it's up. It's up. I sold it
It's
the
up.
other day. I 2x'd it and sold it the other day. So I'm out now. I don't know about the Cardano chain, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's really cool to like see those little things. And yeah, they're so rare. So they really excite me when they happen.
I feel like I timed the dip of Cardano perfectly because I bought it at like 78 cents a few months ago. I'm in my driveway checking out Coin Market Cap. I see Cardano's going up, up, and up, and I'm like, all right, maybe this is the time. Buy it at like 78 cents. And then, by the end of the night, everything just started crashing. And so, all those altcoins, when they took that dive a few months ago, I was like, all right, we've still not recovered. We're at 41 cents for Cardano. And I'm like, all right, one day we'll get back up there. I think that's what I take comfort in knowing is like, I think it'll all go back up in terms of the coins, right? Maybe not the NFTs, but I feel like some of the bigger altcoins, they'll all go back up, right? We've seen these cycles over and over and over again. And, even Doge at 13 cents is probably a deal because why wouldn't it go back up, right? Even, XRP sitting at 60 cents. It's like, all right, that feels really low for XRP. Not to mention how much I bought at $3, but that's okay. It'll get back there one day.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I think that XRP for sure is going to continue to go up eventually at some point.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
that's an interesting one, hey, XRP. I mean, like it's one of the top performers this cycle. I mean, I don't know about top performer, but like coming into the cycle, everyone's like, why are you holding XRP? Are you like it doesn't do anything, But and I still like if you look at the charts, it doesn't. It has these
it's pretty
big
stable.
moves.
Yeah.
It has these big moves. Big move up, big move down, but like the range just like it doesn't change.
Yeah, 40 to
So
60 cents. It's just
you could
chilling there.
actually make a lot of money off
Right.
XRP if you trade it right. Like,
right. If it gets down to 40, I might buy a bunch. And
you
then
know what I need
back
to go up? You know what I need to go up? Fucking GameStop.
Yes,
I put like
please.
100 grand on GameStop. I needed to go up again. Damn it.
I love that every time GameStop goes up, our Pepe goes up.
It does.
Yeah.
I need this guy to start tweeting again.
Yeah.
Side project. One of the articles I was going to talk with Miguel about was, he had sent me something that the CEO of Uber wanted to start accepting crypto. So when you talk about mass adoption and things like that, is that something you see happening? Uber taking crypto and people using crypto to pay for Uber?
Oh yeah, man. Like I can definitely see that happening. I don't know if it will get clamped down with regulation and if they'll get stuff like that passed at this stage. But if you look at like Tesla, the car actually has Doge functionality in it. So I've heard like you can actually like store meme coins in your Tesla and like tip people.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like you can. I think I don't know if you can do it yet. I have no idea. I've never even sat in a Tesla, but like, apparently, like you can. I think the technology is already there that you can like, do something with your Doge in your Tesla, which I think is pretty cool. So like, people like Elon are paving the way for that already. Like, I mean, like, can you imagine like getting in an Uber that is a Tesla, and then you just like tap your Phantom wallet or your Dogecoin wallet or something. Bunk, like, yeah, man, that's the world I want to live in.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to do something really big with Dogecoin. I think the anticipation of it that everybody's been waiting for a couple of years now, it's that, he's definitely going to incorporate it into Tesla somehow and everything else and all his other companies. But like, I don't know if you were holding Doge when when he went to like the SNL show and it just spiked up.
That was nuts.
It was
No.
nuts because I was
Yeah.
like, should I sell? Should I not sell? And then I didn't sell, and I'm still holding, and it sucks. But
And you should have sold.
I should have sold, but that's
It's okay
okay.
to take profits. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's something we all need to learn, hey. But as the saying goes, man, time in the market beats timing the market. So, like you were saying earlier, everything will go up eventually. If you miss the spike, if you miss the top, don't worry, there'll be another one. And eventually, like
Yeah.
someone was saying the other day, like I think I saw a meme. It was like something about Bitcoin being like the top being $5,000, right? And then
Mhm.
it's like, oh wait, but now the bottom is $51,000.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, like
It's
I think
it kind of reminds me of what we've done with our Pepe recently, with kind of burning some of the supply. Right, you're increasing the scarcity there. I think that scarcity thing is going to be such a big deal for Bitcoin. I don't hear that aspect talked about enough. I know that that's one of the benefits of it, that there is some scarcity to it. But man, when you think how much is missing out there and how much hasn't moved in the last decade, that is maybe lost versus people, diamond handing like Miguel. It's crazy to think about how valuable it is to have even just one. If you have one full Bitcoin, I mean, that is going to be worth so much money in 20, 30 years from now when you think about how few there are.
yeah, like supply shock incoming, man. Um, yeah, it's all demand and supply, right? So I think when there's how many people in the world now, like 8 9 billion, I don't know. Yeah, imagine 4 times that,
Right.
and half the amount of Bitcoin actually out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, you're right. And one of the things I was reading from Bitcoin conference, some of the highlights, one of the takeaways was that I think some of the big firms were saying that there's not much of an interest from investors for any ETFs outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And wondering if you guys have any thoughts on why that might be. Why is it just Bitcoin and Ethereum as the big things that people are interested in? Is it a knowledge thing? Is it a fear thing? Instability thing? Why do you think it doesn't go beyond Ethereum?
yeah, that's an interesting question, man. Very interesting question. Yeah, it's probably is because, like, I was talking to my family today and trying to like explain what Web3 is and that type of thing. And they all know what Bitcoin is. Like everyone
Yeah.
knows what Bitcoin is. But then you talk about like Ethereum and it's like, maybe,
What is that?
possibly. And then you're like Solana. No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You lost them.
It
That's a
gets
lot.
exponentially harder
completely.
to explain for each
Yeah,
altcoin
You
you go
lost.
down.
It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
here. Like it's the same exact thing here. Like it's during. I remember I was telling Kevin in one of the podcasts. I remember talking about like how you during Christmas are trying to like talk about Bitcoin and Web3, and no one has a clue about what you're talking about. Nobody.
mm,
We're still early. Still way early.
so early, man. So
yeah.
early.
And
But it's like,
this technology is going to be even more behind the scenes as it becomes available for mass adoption. I think just the way we talk about HTTPS and FTPs and Web 2 things and Web 1 things, all that technology is behind the scenes. Most people don't know how the internet works. I don't know how the internet works, right? So I don't know how email works, but it works and we all use it every day, all day long. So I think there'll be a nice clean layer on top of all this Web3 stuff that'll make it seamless, and all the networks will work together because they each have their own advantages, and we'll be able to use it without even knowing what's really happening behind the scenes.
yeah, 100%, man. Like, I've definitely been saying this for a while is like the NFT, why does it matter that it's an NFT? Like, why does it matter that it's on the blockchain? Like, you're buying a piece of art, you own the IP, you own that art. That's all that matters. Like if you go to, if you buy a physical piece of art, Doesn't matter if you bought it at like the like a fancy art museum. Doesn't matter if you got it at a garage sale. Doesn't matter if you got it like, it doesn't matter. The value of the art is still the same. It doesn't matter how you bought it, where you store it. So I feel like, why does it matter that you're buying art on blockchain now? Like, why should the price be different? You know, and I think once we break that barrier, like, then NFTs are going to be, it doesn't matter that it's an NFT. Like, it's just a piece of art that you bought, you
Right.
know?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that it helps that with when you can prove that you're a holder through, wallet verification, you could be entitled to some other benefits from the project? I think about like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, like their physical bar that they're opening or may already be open. Like, I need to prove to you that I hold that to be able to get in. Do you think there's value in that? And I also think that and meme coins kind of work the same way, right? If you can prove that you hold a meme coin, you might have access to something that you wouldn't have access to if you're not a holder. But I think to me, that's where the blockchain value comes in. But it doesn't have to be art. It could be anything. It could be any sort of token that says, I own this, so let me do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one because personally, I feel that it's like, it's value that's forced to make the technology useful. It's a
That's
use
true.
case that was created so that we can keep the technology going forward, you know?
Yeah. It's very
Um,
circular, right? That's
and
true.
and and the NFT is not actually the art. The NFT is the receipt.
Right.
Like, your art doesn't actually, I mean, if you've got a full on-chain like NFT, then that's different. But most of the actual art that is
Yeah.
attached to the NFT does
Yeah.
not live on the blockchain.
Right. It's off chain.
Yeah, so like, it's the receipt. The NFT is the receipt, you know. And when we talk about like, um, one of my favorite things to talk about is buying property, like with as an NFT, right? Real world assets. Like, the NFT is basically the proof that I own the house. It's not the house, you know. Um, so yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have mentioned this to Miguel, but I've been thinking a lot about home ownership with being on chain, right? You think about like a car's history, right? You buy a car, you want to know what, did it go through flood damage at some point? And there's websites that list those things like Carfax or whatever it is. But I think with home ownership, it could be on a whole new level, right? If I have an electrician come in, I can have that piece of work, whatever they did, whatever that service was, that could be on chain and they could be a verified electrician to prove like, yeah, they're the real deal, right? And that way, when you go to buy a house, I should be able to look at the history of that house and say, okay, did you have extraction? Did you have exterminators come in? Did you have new roofing come in, right? Like all of that stuff should be on chain. I moved into my house 8 years ago and the homeowners then didn't know how old the roof was. And it bothers me to this day. Like every day I lose a little bit of sleep thinking, is this the last day of the roof on my house? Like, am I going to need a new roof tomorrow? Because I don't know when it was done. And if there was this blockchain technology tracking every piece of it, which why wouldn't it? Then everybody would know. And I'd be able to sell my house with full transparency to all of those things.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's really cool. Something that I haven't like thought about, but yeah, like, logistics chains as well.
Right?
This is something I did a blockchain course in about 2018. Just a small, just like, how does it work? What's the underlying technology? And yeah, one of the examples I used in one of my assignments, which was just took a little bit of research to try and come up with an original idea, but was to use blockchain as in your logistics chain. So like, if you had if you go and pick up a piece of fruit from the shop, right,
Yeah.
and it's like infected with salmonella or something like that, you you know right now, how do you go back and like get back to the source of where that fruit came from?
Yeah.
But if
Yeah, that's true.
you had like they batched, normally it's batched, so you bring like the box, the person kind of like scans the little like barcode on it, and then it just goes onto blockchain and pulls the entire history, and you can go this farm, this crop, like this row,
Yeah.
and really track it right back down. Like right now, all of this, it's actually like a joke. I mean, like the fact that I don't know if it's the same there in the States still, but like down here, it's all paper. Like it's still paper. It's not even digital yet. Logistics
Wow.
chains are like you sign a piece of paper, man, like, and that piece of paper gets signed physically by somebody else. So yeah, I think like there's so many awesome use cases for it. I think the thing that's slowing us down, number one, is the transaction fees,
Right.
and number two is just the barrier to entry. It's just
Yeah.
because people don't know it, like,
The
and
education
they're
part is
scared to
definitely.
explore it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, also
exactly.
you're asking, farmers to outfit their whole facility and all their workers with this technology, right, to be able to track those things. But I think that's what's going to happen anyway. I think we're going to get there, right? It'll become cheap enough, and they'll be incentivized enough to do it, right? Even you talk about like fair labor, right? Our products being built or made with fairly paid labor sources, and sometimes there's like a little stamp on an item that you buy in the store, but it's like, well, what? Okay, that's all I know so far, right? But being able to prove that through some other blockchain technology, I think is really powerful. So hopefully, someone else who's smarter than me can make all of those things happen and cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely bullish on crypto and blockchain long term, man. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime. I hope it
I
does,
know.
I
but
hope it does.
hopefully I'll be on the blockchain forever, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You think about like when people used to smoke on planes, and we look back and we're like, used to smoke on an airplane? That's crazy. Like that's what is going to happen when people talk about like using cash. It's like you used to have to carry all your money on you. Like it was in your pocket at all times. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Oof. All right. Listen, side project. It's late by you, and it's getting late by us. So we really appreciate you dropping in, giving us some insights into what's happening with our Pepe. We ask everyone who's watching, go follow, go give a like to Side Project's X account, which is at O Side Project. Buy a little R Pepe while you're over there. You can head over to roaringpepe.xyz. You can learn how to buy it. And I just wanted to show you, because I thought you'd be happy to know that I did find a panties Roaring Pepe through the meme builder. So I'm gonna download it. You know what? It's got the Eiffel Tower behind it. It's very fitting for the Olympics we have going on. I was also curious how Olympics can work together with Web3 things. So I want to do a little research, see if there's any information out there, because I think it's just an interesting, unique situation where you have all these countries doing things together in this one location. Like, where does Web3 fit into that? So I'm gonna do a little research. Maybe I'll bring it back on the next episode, let you know what I found. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, man. Like it's an honor to be invited to shows, like any shows, So when First Night invited me, I was like, hell yeah, bro. Like definitely, man. It's an actual honor to be here. So thanks very much for having me. And I love talking about blockchain. Like it's just something I'm so passionate about. So any chance I can get, I'm happy, So thanks a lot for having me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we'll definitely bring you back so we could talk about blockchain technology. Just on the side, that takes
yeah.
forever. We could
It's a
talk about
separate
blockchain
conversation.
technology for days, I think.
What days?
You know
Definitely.
what? I would be remiss to not even mention Ferrari, which was the name of this show. The
Oh
name of
God.
this episode was "Buy Ferrari with
Yeah,
Crypto."
sorry, do you know why he's doing this? Do you want to know the reason behind it? Is because he keeps texting me to go buy a Ferrari with my Bitcoins.
It would cost like 3 Bitcoin. That's like that.
He's
You
been
wouldn't
on
even
this
notice
for like
3
2 weeks
Bitcoin
now.
missing. And I heard they have a buy one get one sale right now. So if you get one, I also get one. So yeah, we'll record our next episode from your new Ferrari next week. All right. Anyway, everyone have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Side Project, get some sleep. We will do this again soon, and we will be following you along on Twitter.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, all.
Get some
Bye.
rest. Bye bye.
Cheers.